Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my LGBTQ A plus whatever recommendation video. This section I'm going to be covering out of print, or was out of print when I put this thing together, and some of them are coming back into print, but I'll get to that. That just means that you should probably go get them soonish so they don't go back out of print. But anyways, I put together, I believe it is 9 recommendations of out-of-print titles to read for Pride Month, and I'm just so excited to share this. I apologize, I meant to get this up sooner so you could have more time to get it, but even if you can't find these titles during Pride Month, I highly recommend every single one of them for whenever you can find them in a used bookstore, on eBay. I will never ever say spend more than for an out of print series I would pay more than cover price. That's just me personally, but not much over cover price, if that makes sense. But if it's like really rare, I don't mind paying like for a whole entire series like $50 extra over cover price. But anything over like that percentage of volume, like anything over $20 per volume of manga, I will not do. I did it one time, but that was just to complete a series that was out of print, but that's a different story, and I actually don't regret it. So maybe $30. Okay, $30 is my limit. But anyways, let's get started with this list. So first off is Classmates. I recently read this and fell in love. It definitely took me a minute to get into the story, as there's a student-teacher kind of relationship going on, but that definitely, when I got invested in the story and invested in the characters, I fell in love with this manga, and the mangaka of this actually writes some pretty awesome stories. So if you cannot get your hands on this, I highly recommend looking them up. And I believe she, looking her up, and she does like seinen, josei, all different types, and is actually putting out a yuri right now called, what is it called? I'm not sure, but anyways, definitely recommend any of her titles. She has a unique style of art for sure, and I highly recommend this. It follows these 2 classmates right here, and each volume is a different year, and it finishes in 3 volumes. That's all that was printed in English, but 7 Seas has announced that they're making volumes 4 and 5. They have the license for 4 and 5, so I'm really excited to continue on the journey of these individuals. And I believe volume 4 takes place after they graduate, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, get your hands on this. I found volumes 2 and 3. I saw them in my store, like locally, so 1 might be a little bit difficult to track down, but yeah, it's definitely worth it. I really highly recommend this. Oh, and unlike my first one, my top 5, these are in no particular order. I love them all. Next up is one of my favorite mangakas ever, and After School Nightmare. I've only read the first 4 volumes, and I'm actually going to start it over and reread it through the month of June. I am actually buddy reading this with my friend Di, and it's just going to be a great time. She finally completed hers, and yeah, I've been reading all of their works, and After School Nightmare is next on my list. It is pretty much about this, I'm saying guy for right now because that's how they want to identify as a male. They have their top half, I believe, is body is male and then their bottom half is female. And let's just say, if you cannot tell by the cover, there is a love triangle going on, and I'm all here for it. I am all here for it. It is pretty much about these students that get not transported, but they get put into this game that they have to fight for a key, and once they get a key, they disappear from the school and disappear from everyone's memory, and it's pretty much they have to face all their all the different characters' nightmares is what they have to do, and it's just bizarre and twisted, so supernatural. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. This mangaka actually made my top favorite yaoi ever. It's Corner Mouse Dreams of Cheese, so the art might look familiar, but I highly recommend this title. So definitely, it is actually quite pricey, but I actually found all mine, I believe, for $5 each used. So definitely try to piece this together if you can, and try to find a lot. If you see a lot on eBay for a reasonable price, definitely get it. And I really wish they would reprint this. One of my friends asked, like in her video, Kaya Taku, if any things of reprints. Definitely this title would be fantastic. Really, actually, all these titles, I guess. Next up is Tokyo Babylon. I have the singles. There is also a omnibus for this. This is by Clamp, and it is a Shonen Ai title. I absolutely love this. This is so supernatural. There's pretty much like little supernatural, like horror episodic stories throughout the 7 volumes of this, and I believe it collects in 2 omnibuses if you want to try to hunt those down, but I feel like those are more expensive than the singles at this point. But if you get a chance to read this, definitely jump aboard. It follows this guy and his twin sister, and they have to solve like supernatural cases, and then there's a overall plot, and it is twisted, and it is tragic and sad, and this comedy and horror and mystery and supernatural and death, and it's everything that I want in a manga right here. Absolutely loved it. Next up, also by Clamp, they need to make, I know that like BL elements and Yuri elements are sprinkled throughout all their universes, worlds, but they need to make more BL titles. I would actually love to see a yaoi from them, or even a yuri from them. But anyways, this is Legal Drug. It is this section of it, there's 3 singles, or you can get it in omnibus, so however you can track it down. I highly recommend this. It is so good, so funny. It is a lot like the other one, where it has like they have to solve like supernatural, like mystery type things, and they are actually like undercover as a drugstore, Legal Drug, and there is a second part which was originally 3 volumes, but only 2. Dark Horse only published 2 in English, but that's called Drug and Drop, and I would recommend that too. It just kind of takes place exactly where this one left off. So yeah, I recommend this. It is really good. Shonen Ai, of course, nothing too graphic, but yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I really recommend it. Next up, another one that I really recommend. Definitely give this one 5 stars. I definitely needed to add some Yuri-esque in here. It is this one, Between the Sheets, by Erika Zara, and this is definitely my favorite work by her. I would definitely read what this is about. There is trigger warnings of cheating and betrayal, and it's pretty much about these 2 friends, and one let's just say, cares more about the other one than the other one does. I will leave it at that because I don't want to ruin it for you, but it is just so twisted and so messed up, and I'm here for it. I definitely need to do a reread. It's just, I just love it. Next up is a classic, and if you can track this one down, it is 12 volumes, and then there's one other volume printed in English, plus 2 light novels. It is Gravitation. Recommend the anime as well. But it is just about this guy right here and his shenanigans. He is kind of annoying, to be honest, but he wants to be the best singer and have the best group, so he's an upcoming artist. The band is kind of famous enough to get signed by a big label, and they're trying to get more publicity and stuff like that throughout. This one was my first, I wouldn't say yaoi, but my first gay anime title, and it definitely is a fun series, and I would recommend this to anyone. There's, romance. It's kind of like it's more of a comedy. It's definitely more of a comedy when the other ones I showed you were more darker. So if that's your thing and you like music, then I recommend picking this up. Next up, another one by Tokyo Pop. It is Fake. This is about cops, and I believe one's bi, and I forgot if the other one starts out as claims to be straight, but it is them and their relationships, solving cases and getting closer together, and I really like it. I really, really like it. Of course, I don't love it. It's not like top tier in this list for sure, but I recommend it. It's a 7-volume series, and if you can track it down, I definitely recommend getting it. Next one that actually came back in print, I think volume 3 may still be out of print, I'm not sure, but volume 3 and volume 9 were so hard to find, and kind of cheated on this one. What did you eat yesterday? I picked up volume 9 first when I knew that it was going out of print, and then I just filled in the rest of the gaps when I could, and but it worked. I managed to get it, and now volume 9 is back in print. So it is pretty much about this married couple, and one of them likes to cook for the other one, and there's recipes in here, and it's a kind of it is definitely a slice of life, and definitely go check it out. It is ongoing. I believe the 14th volume just came out. Not too sure, but go check it out. It's so good. I highly recommend it. Just super, super wholesome. Next up is, I've only ever read this volume, but I definitely want to get my hands on the rest of the series. I believe it is an 8-volume omnibus. I really wish that they would reprint this one. It's Wandering Sun. It's pretty much about this individual and them going through childhood and discovering who they are, and it's just really moving and sad, and I really wish I could read more of it, and maybe one day I will. But if you can find this, I'm really glad that I found volume 1. I would pick it up immediately, but yeah, so that is my out of print recommendations, and definitely if you see these out and about in the wild, or on eBay or whatever, definitely pick them up. I highly recommend all of them. All of them are just so good. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this second part. My third part of LGBTQ plus recommendations in print is coming soon, I promise. Probably next week. So anyways, stay tuned for that, and I will see you all in the next video.